Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about a retarded article from Kotaku. Yes, you are wondering, where else would I find a retarded article? Hold on thought. Because there's many places. CNN, Polygon, Washington Post. Boy oh boy, many places where I can find retarded articles. So, okay. Former World of Warcraft devs start studio where only female staffer is a bitch. See what I did there? See what I did there? Here we go! Fresh off the ongoing Activision Blizzard lawsuit, it's not the best look. Well, technically, I kind of disagree with it, especially based on the reason why. Ex-Blizzard developers who started Notorious Studio seem to have exactly 0 women on their development team. Except a bitch. The staff page shows 9 developers, 2 advisors, all of which are men, and 1 canine chief morale officer named Ellie, which means that the studio has more dogs than women. Yikes! Yikes! Jesus Christ! These people have a certain trope when writing things like, imagine believing that. Yikes. Oof. 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 Yikes. What are the words that they have that are a bit of a trope when they actually write or try to communicate? I forgot, but there are a couple more, which is pretty much a telltale sign that these people are absolutely retarded. Notorious Studio is an RPG studio made entirely of former Blizzard developers, most of whom work on World of Warcraft. Well, since it's a newly made studio, I don't think there's any games that they have released, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to hold my judgment if the studio is actually good or not. So I'm gonna have to leave that one for later. Let's see, their website, anything that doxes me? No. So let's go take a look of their website. Hopefully their content, the game they make is good, but like I said, nothing that I can judge. Anyway, we're a video game studio startup founded by former developers and named after old guild of 17 years. Well, okay, so far so good, Studio announcement, our values, the team first, then players. If you can design a great studio, how can we design a great game? Our team is our first priority because the team isn't thriving, the player will never be served. People not process, lose flexibility, we believe magic, champion the mission. What's the experience? The best ideas win. So far, cookie cutter stuff. Nice graphics on the website. So far, so good. I don't know any of these people or familiar with any of their work, but so far, they seem to be completely fine. And the bitch. So far, so good. Nothing bad, nothing problematic. Got a conviction of investors, so they got some investors. That's about it. Nothing problematic. As Kotaku claims. Anyway, although Activision Blizzard is currently under legal and public scrutiny for gender discrimination, reports from 2017 confirmed that at least 21% of their employees were women. Once again, and look, you hire. The best way to fight discrimination is to actually hire the best person for the job. Regardless if they like to shove a cock up in their fucking bunghole, or if they are a woman, or depending on their skin color, if they get really extra crispy under the sun, or they are a tasty chocolate. It doesn't fucking matter! Look, you hire the person best for the job, best suited for the job, and that's fucking it. That's it. You don't hire based on gender, race, or whatever you think it's going to help. No, You hire the best person for the job. That's it. That's the best way to fight discrimination. Obviously, you're going to have lopsided gender prominences in certain things in comparison to other things. This is common because men and women, there are only two genders, are different. Yes, we are different. When we join together, we make better ourselves, men and women. Do you understand now? Anyway, men have different interests than women, and women have different interests than men. So, men have a tendency to choose more engineering-based jobs, more science-related jobs. Their tendency, keyword, tendency. That doesn't mean it's applied 100% blankly or all men will do this and that. No, it's tendency. That's a key word. Women have a tendency to choose more social-based jobs, more HR, which I think is more of a cancer in a company, but more socialistic-based jobs like teachers, secretary, more up to the public facing jobs, more cushy jobs as well. You will rarely find women working in the middle of an oil rig in the middle of a storm in the North Atlantic. You will not see many women doing that. Very few will show interest in doing those things. Even fewer will actually decide to don on a suit, go underground and clean the sewage system or maintain it. Very few will choose to do that. And very few male guys will actually just put on a t-shirt and pants and go to a school and teach kindergartens. It's just very few people will do those things. Because women also has that maternal instinct. They kind of prefer children. Meanwhile, men do not. So you see, there is a lopsided difference, and you're going to see a very, very lopsided representation of men and women in certain jobs. For instance, 21% here. I even think it's a lot of women inside of a company that develops games. And I suspected at least half of those 21%, 10.5, may actually be diversity hires, which are dependent solely based on their male colleagues or things like that to get their job done. Anyway, let's read this.
So, presumably, the founder has met at least a couple of women Nixon who are skilled enough to work at one of the highest profile video game companies in the world.
So you can already see the dripping condensation of the author of the article right here. You already can feel how hatred that person has. Fucking games journalists. You know, failures. Anyway.
Oh, he just didn't hire any of them to be a part of the founding team. Kotaku reached out to Kaleki for a comment yesterday but did not receive a response.
Kaleki, for your mental health, for your sanity, for the health of your studio, and all of those things, please do not respond to Kotaku. And even if you feel like responding, respond with a very short email. Dear Mr. or Mrs. Idiot. Fuck you. Kind regards. Goodbye, guys. That's it. That's the only thing you should say on your email. The end. In an interview with I can't do that voice very long, so in an interview with Venture Beat, Notorious Studio co-founder Kaleki acknowledged that Blizzard faces a major reckoning for gender discrimination and sexual harassment. He said that all-male team was also affected by Blizzard troubles and offered a solution for avoiding the former employer's mistakes. What's important is starting a culture and having no tolerance for harassment and things like that, and also being transparent and open, Kaliki said. He added that Notorious Studio has a flatter structure, made up of people who wrote code, made art and designed pieces of games rather than serving as leads or directors. So far seems to be a good idea, let's see how that pans out. Harassment usually comes from a subordinate superior sort of relationship. We are hoping that a flatter structure can address some of those problems, he said in an interview, so he's experimenting with something. And I'm not gonna lie... Wait, where's the other quote? Fucking games journalists. The idiot forgot to actually add the quote right here. Anyway, and he can choose to actually experiment on that. The money is his to do so. Anyway, here is the idiot of the article. Let's go and finish this. It's definitely a lot harder for men to harass women if there are no women to harass. Remember, women also harass men. I'm pretty sure that it's as common as the other, but as you know, men don't have a tendency to report those cases. Only women like to make a shit ton of virtual signaling by doing so. Especially if the man is not good looking. If the man is a bit on the ugly side, they will cry harassment. If the man is hot, as they like to claim, they will open their legs and request,
Please fuck me.
That's it. Anyway, but the gender equity problem in the game development remains. Do women have access to the large amount of venture capital funding? Yes, they do. They do. There are not that many women interested in making games. Anyway, that has become available to studio funders during the pandemic. At Notorious Studio, the answer seems to be a resounding no. No. I disagree with your take, retarded Kotaku. And I think you should have switched the period over here. Jesus Christ. The company lists Riot Games as one of its investors, which is still dealing with the PR fallout of its own gender discrimination reckoning. Retarded shit. Following a class action lawsuit by its female employees. In the light of all of this, hopefully Kaliki will find some women to join his World of Warcraft guild. Once again, no. He only will if he is following exactly what he says, and if he is serious in the experimentation, he will only hire those best for the job, not based on if they have a cunt or a goddamn fucking dick. Neither one of those things. Just hire the best person for the job. If that person happens to have a cunt, then do so. Otherwise, fuck it. Anyway, if you like this type of content, say it right here on youtube.com/Jester. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, hit the notification bell button if you like more of my beautiful face, or when I play with my eyebrows. Anyway, on that bombshell, have a great fucking night.